Hi guys, good morning.
Hello.
I got somebody to bring to you guys and he's so amazing. I love him so much. So I am going to introduce to you Scott. And I met Scott, when did I meet you? It's been some years ago. It's been, I can't remember, it's been
I
some
met
time.
you at the World of Wheels.
Was it
I
World of
think.
Wheels?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I remember you coming to the house to pick up something.
Yeah. I ordered some stuff that nobody. It was when I was selling before. You had a scent that had been retired that somebody wanted for somebody that was passing away.
Okay, that's what it was. I was trying to
Yeah.
okay, I know, okay. Trying to go back a little bit here. So let me tell you guys, recently I started getting these messages from Scott. He was telling me he wanted air purifier. What else did you want? I'm
I
trying
got
to
an
remember.
air purifier, two of the lamp,
The darn, what you call the thing, the diffuser.
No, it's the big old. Remember, I took
air
the picture.
purifier?
The picture of the warmers.
Oh yeah, the lantern warmers.
Yeah,
You got two of those warmers. Yeah,
two of
that's
those,
it. Two of those
The
warmers,
Harry
right?
Potter.
Then you got the air purifier. You got the pods. You got the Harry Potter.
Yeah, I got the Harry Potter collection. And then I just bought some stuff from you a couple of months ago too.
Yes. So how much do you think you spent in the last? I mean, I'm like, you spent a lot of money.
I probably in the past 3 months, I probably spent about $600. Because I know I sent you. Yeah.
Yeah. He
$600.
lost track. He spent so much money. So the other day, what did you? I got a message from Scott in my inbox. I didn't even think to ask him this, but he told me what he wanted.
Yeah, I told her, I want to join and I want to be a director.
Yes. He said, I want to come back.
Yeah.
Because he used to be a consultant. He said, I want to come back. So I said, all you have to do is contact Scentsy and get you, back into the business. So he chose me as a sponsor. Like, woohoo, I'm so happy he chose me. So he was in the business. When did you start originally?
I started in 2014.
Okay. So he was with Scentsy, 3 years, you think?
Yeah.
Okay. So as I was talking to him, he was telling me he started some other businesses, but he kept coming back being a customer.
Yeah. So I migrated when I left Scentsy. I left for what I thought was a better opportunity. And the one thing that I did realize about all of these I joined, I think, 3 other companies. And what I realized is I never bought their products consistently, but I was in these other companies still I was coming to Debbie, or if somebody who was selling it, I was still buying the stuff on a regular basis. So this last time, I was actually on my way to work when I thought about it. I actually messaged her when I got to work. Was on my way to work and I thought to myself, I spent all this money and I could have got a commission off of it. And then also people, if I have this much enthusiasm about the products, then other people will see it in me too as well. If I put it out there, I'm not putting it out there because you don't put it out there every time you go to Walmart because you bought something. But if you can share it and what it's doing for you and how it's changing things for you, then you're not even it's not work really. It's just enjoying doing something.
Absolutely, because I told Scott some things to do as he returned. I said, Scott, make sure you put a VIP group together. So he made a post. He said, well, I don't particularly like just putting people in a group because I don't like when people just put me out there. So he made a post and people weren't really paying any attention. I said, Scott, things are different now. People are used to people doing things online now. So invite them anyway because they have the option to decline. So when he did that, how many people you got in your group now?
I think it's I want to say I know I added close to 60. And I want to say over half of them had accepted the last time I looked. It may be more than that, maybe a little less than that, but it was a good amount of the people. And I thought most of these people would be like, no, I'm not going to do that. And I listened to DPP, I started not to. I started to be like, you know what? I'm going to stick to my guns. I don't like doing that. But I said, well, what's it going to hurt? Worst thing they're going to do is say, no, I ain't going to do it. So I made sure it was some people that was close to me to see how it would go first. My mom and all of them. And then once all of them started accepting, I was like, well, I'll venture on out to, some people I don't know as well that are just acquaintances on Facebook that like broaden my network, you know, because I have a pretty large following on all my social media platforms. So, you know, branch that across, you know, it even goes across to some other countries, people that I'm
Oh.
friends with because I've traveled so much on cruises and stuff, meeting
Oh,
people.
wow.
So, you know, I thought, well, I'll just branch out because you never know when somebody might be looking for the opportunity or looking for, not even know that they're looking for an opportunity or they're looking for the product that you have. So you just because you know, we know what Scentsy is because it's our life. And I can say that because I've been a consultant. It becomes who you are. You become obsessed with everything smelling well, everything doing well, and all of the new things coming out and trying to catch up and keep up with all of that. But so it's like, oh, everybody sells Scentsy, but you would be surprised at the amount of people. Me and Debbie live in Alabama, so it's not a very, I mean, we live in a populated area, but the area that we live in, I would say there's a fairly large amount of consultants. And I brought it up to 7 different people at work last night, just in conversation, just talking about different things, and none of them had ever heard of Scentsy. And Scentsy's been
17 years.
17 years
Right.
now. Yeah, so like it flabbergasts me that I have in some way or form been a part of Scentsy since 2014. I've actually been more than that. I've been a customer for years, but it just still amazes me when I run across somebody, because to me it's like, oh my gosh, you don't know what Scentsy is, and then I feel like I bombard them with everything that we have, because like you can't help but share it, because it's like it's life changing. Because I always tell people, like, you can buy something to make your house smell good, and you can buy something to look good, but you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're going to get something that's beautiful. You're going to get something that decorates your house, that's the latest trends, and that you're going to be able to give a fragrance to your house in whatever way you want it to be, whether you want it to be an element or a light bulb or whatever. And that's how I always pitch my products to people. And when you give it to them like that, they're like, you know, and they see the magazine. I'll never forget the biggest moment was the year that the red trucks come out.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But nobody has seen them. Everybody fell in love with the red truck.
Yes.
But it came out in our fall catalog in September, and I remember when around I want to say it was around November. Everywhere I went had the trucks. So Scentsy is like almost a one step ahead of everything. Like what's going to be trending, they already know. And so like when our products hit, they're first to the market, and then it's like next thing you know, you go to Hobby Lobby or Walmart or whatever, and you know, you see what we've already been seeing, and you're like, you know, and sometimes I ain't gonna lie, you see something, you're like, oh, that's a little bit out there, and then you know, then when you start seeing it more, it kind of grows on you.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
It may seem outside of the box, but then it's exactly what your customers are going to be looking for.
Yes.
And so sometimes I have to tell myself that when you're looking at a product, because I never want to discredit a product, because just because it's not for me doesn't mean it's not for one of my customers.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's one thing, because I had somebody that had told me one time, oh, I will never promote that. Why? You don't have to love it. You share what you're given the facts about it. Share that. Share your passion of what the product is. You know what Scentsy's reputation is, what quality it's going to be. So you should be fine promoting it, even if it's not something that you like using. Because I mean, I can straight up be honest about this. I am not a fan of the laundry line. But when I was a consultant before, I had so many people on the Smart Ship. Guess what everybody started getting? I ordered a box of whiffs, and I started putting them in a little Ziploc bag, and they got a thing of whiffs with what it was on it. And guess what? Before I knew it, I had 15 people monthly getting the monthly subscription of the even if it wasn't nothing but the washer whiffs. They were given a huge, you know, so don't ever discredit. That's probably the biggest thing I've taken away from Scentsy, is don't ever discredit a product,
because you don't like it, or it's not your favorite. The same thing with the scents. We have 80 fragrances for a reason. I mean, I've heard people say, I don't promote that because I don't like it, but you'll be surprised the scents that you don't like, somebody else is gonna love.
Yeah, and then that's
Yes.
when that becomes, you know what, you may hate it. You may say, oh, I can't stand the way that smells.
Yes.
But that's when it becomes, let me tell you, I got a customer who comes to me and orders this, 4 or 5 times a year. And they buy in bulk and it's all they'll warm in their house. And that's when you can use that. Knowing your customers and knowing your customer base, building that relationship with your customers, that's where it becomes so important.
Yes.
Knowing who your customers are for, knowing who your customers are and why and what they're buying, because that helps you in your business and further it.
Yes. And you know what? Something else I was impressed with Scott when he came back. He said, "I was it Instagram. You were plugging it out there on Instagram. Was it TikTok also?"
I plugged it last night. I plugged it out on all social media platforms. Your basic ones, social, Facebook. I did a different join flyer, one to go on my wall, one to go in my stories. I made a TikTok. I uploaded it, the TikTok to TikTok, then I uploaded it to Reels on um, Instagram and Facebook. So that went out all over, and they all have very. And the thing that I love about the reels is it shows you how many people that when you see that number on your reels, that is the amount of people who watched it till the end. So it's not somebody who just clicked on it or scrolled by it. That's somebody who actually watched that thing for, I think it's 75% of the time. I think it's what I read. So that gives you an idea of if the content that you're putting out is eye grabbing or not. So that the reels is a really good way to do it. And people say, oh, I can't do TikTok. You can ask Miss Debbie. My face was nowhere in there. I didn't talk. It was music, and I uploaded straight. I think it was like 12 or 13 photos.
Yes.
And just put what each product was and put my link, make sure that my link was on there so you knew where to go and buy it. Then with Snapchat, don't sleep on Snapchat, because let me tell you, there's a way on Snapchat where if you take your picture or you want to upload your picture, like I uploaded a join picture last night. So what I did was went and got my join link, and once you get that picture to the point to where you can edit it, you're going to hit the little paper clip on the side, and you're going to paste your party link or your join link, or if you're trying to get somebody to buy, if you're promoting a product, your party link, and when you type in that URL, you press search, and it's going to let you see that it's the correct link. So my link came up to join and everything, and that's when I realized, by doing that, it made me realize, oh, this is still my stuff when I was, years ago. We don't even sell some of these products that are mentioned in here. It's saying I'm married. I'm not that anymore. So let's redo this. But then all I hit was save. But now when I posted that, I gave it, instead of just posting join and that person has to contact me, or posting a product that I love and that person has to contact me, I've took that awkwardness completely out of it, and I've left them in the driver's seat. All they have to do is click in the top left corner, and it's going to take them directly to my site. And guess what? They may come to me with questions, but guess what? It takes that awkward go to my link, because usually they're coming to me. I took a look at what you had to offer, and I'm going to grab this right here. This right here, I talked about this product. You can ask Ms. Dibb. It's the first thing I posted when I came back, because I love this product when I was with the company before. I still actually have mine. So I promoted this product, but the amount of attention that this product has got has really blown my mind. The people who are fascinated with the fact of how many places it can go. I work in the medical field, so I work with a lot of travel nurses. And so these travel nurses are like, oh my gosh, so there's something that I can bring with me that I can plug up, that I don't have to have any wax for, but I don't have to smell like a hotel room. I can bring home with me. So this little thing is bringing home. We're being able to bring somebody's home with them, because if you ever go in somebody's house, you know what that scent is. Grandma's house smelled like something. Mama's house smelled like something. Everybody's house has that smell, and it triggers a memory. So you're selling memories by being able to recreate this. So I thought that was so cool. It's not something I would have ever thought would have been. I never sold one of these before when we had them. Never.
Oh wow!
I never sold one.
The Scentsy
And
Go
but-
is popular.
Yeah, but now, like, I had the amount of people that are in my inbox, like, it ain't about a warmer, it ain't about nothing, which is what I'm used to selling. It's about the Scentsy Go. How can I get this Scentsy Go? How long will it last? Can I put it in my car? Will it fit? Do you know if it'll fit in the door holder of a car? Yes, it's the size of a Coke can. So, it's just amazing. Like I said, don't ever sleep on any one product, because this is not the product that I would have chose to promote. It would have been wax and warmers, but by putting this out there and putting several different things out there and testing the waters in different areas, I was able to see what my market's kind of looking for at this time. And that's where you've got to constantly be adjusting and looking at what products we're bringing in, whether it be seasonal or whatever. And it's really amazing, because we have a lot of opportunity and we have something for every single body. Everybody can use our products in some way, form, or fashion. And then I actually had heard Debbie yesterday on a live, one of her lives out to the public. She had said it was so, but I was able to use it last night because the lady had, and I pulled the live back up and went back and found it where she said it. You can touch it. This is wax, and this warmer is not going to get hotter than your body temperature, because she was concerned about her child. So, and I actually was able to find a video on. So when people come to you with those kind of things, don't be afraid to grab your phone and research. Do your research in Google right there in front of the customer, because not knowing something, that they're not the master at their job. So when they say you going the extra mile to show them what's going on, they really take to that. So I remember a consultant has shared where a warmer had been spilt on her dog. On YouTube, and she showed the dog, and it was 10 minutes after it had happened. Showed the skin wasn't red, it wasn't irritated, and everything. So I was able to show her that, and by that she automatically was like, oh well. Then her thing was the wax, that she was worried about the light bulb. Well, I got you, we got an element warmer,
Right?
So there's always, you got, just know your product.
Right. And this is a great way to teach yourself. This is a product training guide. It's in the workstation, and you can also order this in the Scentsy Family Store, so you can educate yourself about your products. But the best way to know about your products is to experience your products, to use your products, because people love testimonies. They want to hear more about what is your favorite scent. How many times you were selling, they want to know what is your favorite scent. Okay,
everybody wants to know what my favorite scent is.
They always want to know that.
Have a different favorite scent in every category.
Yes.
Because everybody doesn't like clean. Because let me tell you, blueberry cheesecake is my jam. It's Miss Debbie's jam too. Everybody knows.
Yes.
Yes. Blueberry cheesecake is the best thing. But some people, it's too strong for them.
Yes.
So, or some people don't like, that baked good smell. They want a clean smell. I have because I always have people who come to me, and the way I've always had cars with leather seats.
Okay.
So a new car smell to me is weathered leather. So when people come to me and they're like, I need something to go in my car that smells like a new car. So whether you bought a car with leather seats or not, you've been in a brand new car with leather seats. You test drove the car with the leather seats one time. So you know what that smell is. I've never sold that bundle to somebody and them not say that it did not give them that, what they were looking for, that new smell. So that's why I'm saying know your products, know what they're good for, what the scents are good for.
Yes.
Because I remember I reached out to you one time about somebody had I had let somebody borrow my car and they had smoked in it, and and I was a consultant then, and you had told me odor out. I don't know if we still have that or not.
We don't have that anymore.
But I remember you. But you knew it. But the minute I said something about, he was like, "Why haven't you tried this?" And I said, "I didn't even know we had that."
Yes.
And I have been in the company 2-3 years at this point, so know your
we
products.
have it in Scentsy Fresh though.
Yeah,
we have it in Scentsy Fresh.
And then stay connected. A lot of you may not know how fortunate you are to have an upline that is active. I do know how important that is.
Oh, he's so sweet.
But to reach out to them and then get back to you immediately, or you get somebody who is constantly giving you education and constantly, like today, she was like, I really, I want you to tell your story. So she's constantly bringing different viewpoints to you and different people and different demographics, because just because me and Debbie, we're in the same exact area. I mean,
Right.
same area, we're all in the same playing field, like, and
Yes.
but the thing is, my network's completely different than her network. I mean, like,
Right.
she's a superstar director, and there's still people in Birmingham who don't know what Scentsy is. So
Right.
don't be scared to share the journey or be like, oh, they know what it is. Do it afraid. Do it afraid.
Yes.
That's my
Do it
biggest
scared.
thing,
And do it
because
scared.
everybody
Yes.
does this somewhere between scared and afraid. And if you do that, if you're not scared and afraid when you're doing something, especially when you're new at it, then you're not doing it. I always tell people, then you're not doing it enough.
Right.
You're not
Right.
putting yourself out there enough, because if you're not nervous, if you're not worried about what them friends are gonna say, or you're not getting negative feedback, then guess what? You're not putting yourself out there enough, because
Right.
guess what? I don't care how good of customer service has. I guarantee you, if you go to any Chick-fil-A that's it's known for their customer service, I guarantee you there's not one
Yes.
Chick-fil-A that does not have a bad review. So
Yes.
that's how you have, you kind of have to look at it like that. So
Right. It was something Scott said to me, and he paid attention. He said, "I can tell when something's wrong with you." And he said, "If I look at my Facebook and I don't see you pop up in my feed, something's wrong." So
yep,
he talked about
she's
the
present.
consistency.
She's very present. She's consistent, and I can sit here. I'm sitting at Debbie's house. This is my. I've been to your house several times. We've chatted several times,
Right.
but I wouldn't say that we know each other.
Right,
Like,
right.
And so, but I know who Jeff is. I know
Right.
I know who Christina is. I know that she knows where she
Yeah.
goes to school. Know she was going to school to be a dentist.
Right.
Know all of these things. Know your childhood
Right.
stories, the traumas you've been through. Mama coming back in. Mama
Right.
getting sick.
Right.
I know everything about Miss Debbie. So when I meet her, there was no nerve about when she said, "Come to my house and pick this up." It was like, "Oh, who is this lady?" It was like I was going to meet my best friend, because I have followed her on social media like that. So if you put yourself out there in a positive light,
Yes.
and one thing I can always say about Debbie is she always keeps herself neutral, and I try to do the
Right.
same thing. And when you bring positivity to people, people want to be around you. And me and her are also talking
Right.
about this, is just because when you're posting stuff about your business, because she even said,
Right.
she admitted to me herself that her Scentsy posts do not get as much engagement as her regular posts do on her
Right.
page. But just because, like, I've made 7 or 8 posts, not very much interaction, but my inbox is what counts, because people don't want to see you succeed, but they will support you from the back door, and the money is what matters.
Absolutely.
Because we can sit here and say all day long that we're doing it. I'll have a purpose for why we grab these products and we share them with everybody.
Right.
Whether it's because we need extra money, whether we want a backup plan, whether we want to be able to get our products for free, we're all doing it for a reason. So, find out what your why is and
Absolutely.
run with that.
The why.
Because if you don't have a why, I encourage you to sit down and write down what your why is, why you're doing this. Because if you don't have a reason why you're doing it, it's just like anything else. Because let me tell you, I work in the medical field, and I love what I do. I love helping people. But if that paycheck bounces one time, I'm not going back until you give me my money. So that's what I'm getting at. So if you don't have a why, I go to work and I enjoy my work, just like you enjoy working Scentsy. But if you put some concrete on it, like I want to be a director, or I want to be able
Right.
to pay my car payment, or I want to be able to pay my power bill. Shoot, whatever your lowest bill is, or help out with groceries, gas, because
Right.
Lord knows it's astronomical right now. But, all of these things, find a why and give Scentsy a definition for you. And when you give Scentsy that same definition that you give your 9 to 5 and show
Yes.
up for it like you do your 9 to 5, I promise you will see a whole different shift, other than, oh, well, I just wanted to make $400 this month. Why did you need that $400?
Yes.
Write it down. And I'm not saying go crazy, but put it somewhere where you will see it. Even
Yes.
if you need to, like, even if you, I did this, I've done this before, and it helped a lot. And I know it sounds crazy, but you can make your lock screen and your home screen on your phone 2 different things. I know you can on an iPhone.
Okay.
So like your lock screen's one thing, and when you
Right,
unlock
sure
it, it's
can.
a different thing. So what I would do, whatever my goal was in in the company that month for myself, I would find a picture that I could put as my background. Because how many times do you unlock your phone a day and that background is the first thing you see?
Several times.
Exactly. So if you put that there, it's a constant. That is a permanent sticky note that you're gonna see more than a sticky note that you
Yes.
stick somewhere, because you've got that with you everywhere. So I just really, really encourage you to dig in and find a why. And you know, and I can just be honest with you. I'm
Yes.
sitting here saying this, and I haven't even wrote it down myself. I really need to work on that myself. I know I want to be a director,
Right, I knew
but
you
that's a
said that.
long-term goal.
Right.
I need some short-term goals too.
Absolutely.
So, and then that's
Right.
another thing.
A goal and a deadline.
A goal and a deadline. And just because you have a deadline, don't get so fixated on it if you don't meet it that you have to
Absolutely.
extend it. But when you put what is the saying? When you put a date with a plan, it becomes a goal.
A reality.
Yeah. So, but it's just so important to make sure that you know why you're doing this. And leaders, when you're leading people, especially, these people are looking to you. So if you can't say, "Oh, my team didn't get me to where I needed to be this month."
Right.
You can't rely on your team, because guess what? You're only as good in network marketing as you are is if you can rebuild it again.
Right. Absolutely.
So I have no doubt. I mean, you're very well established, but I have no doubt the way that you recruit, you would be able to do this again, because what have you done? Duplicated systems.
Right.
You know
That's
what
right.
works.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
don't go out here and try to
Yes.
reinvent a wheel that's already been turning and got all these miles on it. How long you been a consultant?
12 years.
And guess what? And her wheel's turning and it's working just fine. So you got a perfect key. You got the person who's done it, who's scraped from the bottom, who's struggled, who's went from the very bottom where you may be at today, where I'm actually at today, and you fall all the way to the top. And and I'm sure that wasn't easy for you.
Oh no.
At all. I mean,
having to redo so many times, constantly rebuilding.
Because
It's a constant thing.
people see the next big opportunity, and with a new opportunity comes a lot of headache. I've been in startups. I've been other places, and not to say nothing bad about them companies. There's something to learn in every situation you put in life. But the thing is, I feel like with Scentsy, need to be successful.
Absolutely.
And I love it.
And some companies, you have to pay for all the things that we get for free.
Yeah.
This training is valuable.
Yeah, this training's valuable. How about a lot of companies not I'm not talking about your personal website that we pay $9.99 for. I know some companies that charge you $34.95 to be able to access your back office.
Oh, wow.
To access your back office.
Wow.
So think about that. If you had to pay $34.95 a month to run your business. Yeah, there's some of them out there that do.
Wow.
So, and then, man, the crisp, I was thinking about that last night too, how crisp and stream and clean our website looks.
Absolutely.
So put together. I just plug in a few things and they make it look beautiful.
Yes.
And then the new, I'm just so amazed at all the new stuff.
And we don't even have to maintain it. The company does.
The company maintains it, takes all that headache out of it for us. But the thing that I just was so amazed with was the what is that little app where we can put our pictures in there? Photofile.
Yes.
Man.
That's amazing.
Man, if you just come in and you able to jump on that bandwagon, you don't know what it's like to try to crop your photo onto something in Microsoft Word to post on Facebook. You used to couldn't put it was so hard to get your picture on something. If you wanted it, you had to upload it in the workstation, and then they would mail it to you, and then you had to take a picture of it and crop it. So, I mean, it ain't always been that simple, but they're so innovative.
Things have really changed, right? And even me, I'm not savvy with things, but I can work that Photify.
yeah. And that's what to me, I want to be able to recruit somebody who is just turned 18 years old and wants to find a way to help them get themselves through college. Or I want to help grandma who come to me and at 65 and says, "Hey, I'm bored. I want something to do."
Yes.
I know Scentsy systems I can show her.
Absolutely.
Because yesterday I made a post about I need to know the reinstatement. Well,
Okay.
the reinstatement kit.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, right. The
so I
kit.
was gonna call Scentsy today,
Right.
but it dawned on me. I'm sitting here trying to look this thing up as a product in a party order. So I switched it to just a personal order. So you just switch it to personal order and type in reinstatement kit and it popped up.
Oh wow.
So
Now
I
I
was
know.
so
Now
I
I
was
know.
now if I see that come across the feed, I'm able to answer that question because I had that problem and solved it myself.
Oh
Try to be a
wow.
problem solver. And that's how you learn. Coming to Miss Debbie or your direct upline or anybody and asking them, no, they don't mind. But if you come to me, I'm gonna show you. Because
Right.
guess what? If I show you how to do it, you're gonna be able to show somebody else how to do it, and you're gonna know how to do it the next time. So, and you
Right.
always want to be that valuable of a person because you never know. I've been in network marketing on and off
For a
since
long time.
2014, and
Wow.
so I've seen a lot of success myself. Some companies offer a car bonus. I almost made it to a car bonus level, which would be like a star director with Scentsy.
Okay.
So that puts it in perspective. And so, but it's not duplicatable.
Right.
So,
That's a key word too, because since it is duplicatable.
it is.
Right.
It is. And no matter what changes in this book, what we sell is the same.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
may add something, but we know what we're selling.
Right.
We don't have to worry about, I'll just say it, health and wellness companies. Let me tell you, they're the world's worst. I'll tell you why they're the world's worst. Because when they first come out and you join, they have these great compensation plans that seem like they're amazing, but they're not. Follow me. Then they have these great products. They work so well. I was with a company who dropped 45 pounds myself, right? So when this happened, guess what happened? 6 months in, formula change. Took the product that was making everybody lose weight because it was so expensive to make and they couldn't keep up with the commissions that they promised. So guess what? I went from that lead rank, that star level rank in that company, bringing home $5,000 a month
Wow.
to an income of $500 a month, and all of my downline gone to another company. Not because of anything I did, not because of my leadership,
wow.
but because of what corporate had done. I have met Heidi and Orville myself, still have a picture of them on my phone, have
wow.
met them myself. They are the most down-to-earth people, and they care. They care.
Oh,
I can
wow.
honestly say that.
They are.
They are the
amazing.
most. They are the
amazing.
most. And I tell you, I was the people didn't know me from nothing. But when I walked up to them and met them, I want to say it was in Atlanta of 2016.
Okay.
At a spring fling. I think.
Yes.
And
They were there.
Yeah. So I remember, when I walked up to them, they talked to me just like they knew exactly who I was.
Yes. They're amazing.
And
like that.
what shocked me was they took the time because I have a badge. Remember we could buy the badges that
Yes.
mine, and it had your
They remember
consultant
they
level.
called your name out.
Yeah,
didn't
and
they
they called me by name, but then they said, well, we see. I want to say I was lead or certified at
Okay.
the time, and lead or certified. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. They asked me where I wanted to be with the company. Did I know how to get there? That's what they asked me. If not, we know who to put you in contact with. And that really spoke volumes to me because this is the people at the top of the company that run this operation, and they want to make sure little old me
That's
from
amazing.
Alabama, they cared enough, and it was genuine. It wasn't
Right.
You can tell when somebody's genuine when
They
they're not.
are.
They're
They're-
very
they're
genuine.
so
It's
sweet.
such
They are
It really
amazing.
is I can say I have been out there. I've done it, and I always come back home.
Is it? And we're so happy to have him back home because look at the value he's bringing, all the information. I can see him giving more than he takes. And that's how he's going to be blessed. And that's how we all are blessed because when you give more, you receive more without even, whenever nobody will ever hear me say, well, I got to meet these numbers or you got to meet your numbers because if you don't meet your numbers, I'm not going to meet my numbers. You'll never hear me saying that because when you give more, that's going to automatically come to you. That's how Scott is. He's the same way.
And that's what me and Debbie was talking about just a minute ago. Don't be afraid to share your blessings because I told her, I said, I know for a long time, I've known Debbie for a long time. And like I had been to her house and I told her I left here And she left some things for the imagination, which you
Yes.
have to have a private life. You can't have everything out there. And within 5 minutes of me leaving, I got phone calls from because people knew I went to DPP's house. So I got phone calls asking, was she married? Was her house big? Was those backdrops of the pictures of her house that she was walking around in when you used to get your steps in the house?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Back then. And I mean, it was just what people do. I mean, but. It's amazing to me. But
that's been a long time with those steps too.
Yeah, but the thing, but see, that goes back to that's how long I followed her, and I remember that. But but I told her, I said, at that point in your life, you was afraid to share those blessings because you was afraid you was gonna knock it down. But you really, when we don't share what this opportunity is doing to us, we're robbing somebody else of a
Absolutely.
blessing. Because if somebody gets upset because you're sharing something or they leave a negative comment, it's a direct reaction of how they feel about themselves because
Absolutely.
they're scared to do it afraid.
Right.
They're scared to get out there. They couldn't do or last 5 seconds doing what we're doing, and that was what makes them mad.
Absolutely.
So instead of getting the education and doing the things that it takes to get to that level, they just want to automatically shame people that go out there and do it afraid.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They're saying, welcome back, Scott. It's like, welcome back. So Scott has helped not just you guys, but he's helped me as well because I've learned things from Scott. But I can see him climb up the ladder. I don't see him promoting to director at the end of the year. I see that happen like right around the corner because he's got this following. And let me ask you this before we close. How many followers do you have in your social media platforms?
I want to say I have 1,500 on... I have 1,500 on Facebook, which is a decent following for me to monitor my following. And then Instagram, I want to say I probably have 3,500. And TikTok, that's a tricky one.
That is.
I hate to say that because my views on TikTok are like 10 to 20,000 views per video, but like I only have like 1,000 and something people who follow me there, which I'm fortunate enough that I do have the ability to go live because you do have to have the 1,000 followers to go live on TikTok.
Absolutely.
But so I'm fortunate enough to have that. But and another thing before, like you said, I know we need to wrap it up, but the other thing that I said earlier, and I've seen it click with you, is this opportunity levels the playing field for everybody.
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
Because no matter where you're at in life, what your education level is, what your background is, what you did in the past, none of that matters. None of that matters. What matters is how hard you want to work and if you want to make it work. Because you don't know how many, especially females that I know have master level educations that do network marketing because they can't make that kind of money anywhere else because the field is not level. It is not, and I'm a male saying this, women are not treated the same in a 9-to-5 setting. You have to work twice as hard to be treated just as good. So, but with network marketing, you see, it doesn't matter if you're male, female, white, black, gay, straight, where you come from. If you put in the work, it may take you longer. You can't compare your journey to nobody else's, but if you stay consistent and you're consistent with your daily methods of operation, doing the things that you need to do to generate income, then it's going to come. It's inevitable because especially if you're growing your following, because eventually these people are like, this person really been doing this for a long time. There must be something to it. There must be something to it. So yeah, does it take them 6 months to get certified? Yes, but guess what? I'm happy for you. I'm going to celebrate you just like that person who did it in 5 minutes, because you know what? It's just, to me, the people who do it in 6 months, I love to celebrate that because most of the time they
didn't give up.
They didn't give up, number one, but they have worked so hard to get there.
Yes.
So that's my spiel.
I'm glad you mentioned that because that makes a difference because I don't have a college degree.
And I don't have a college degree.
And the potential to go to the top is there for us. The sky's the limit. There is no limit. So, even the playing field, absolutely the perfect way to describe that. That is I'm glad you brought that up because it does make a big difference.
It does because, I mean, if you, and I always pitch that, it's a level in the pay when I'm sharing the opportunity with somebody. This is not your typical, if you want to join a pyramid scheme, join a 9-to-5.
Yes,
But
is
that is so
right.
true, because
True.
you cannot come in and work, do the same job. Because me and Debbie essentially doing the same thing. She growing some responsibilities as she goes up the ladder because
Right.
she's got more people underneath her, right? That's exactly what your boss is doing. But guess what?
Right.
There's nothing capping me from doing what Debbie's doing. There's nothing
Absolutely.
stopping me from getting to where she's at. Nothing
Right.
at all. Because all I got to do is put in the time, the dedication, and guess what? Duplicate what Debbie's already set out there for me to do. I ain't got to go create no new wheel. The
Yes.
wheels already got some miles on it, and we don't need to replace the tires yet.
I love
So
that.
just
I
don't
love that.
reinvent the wheel. That's, stay with. If she's making it work, I promise you can make it work. Her systems are so
Yes.
duplicatable. It's so streamlined. I've been through her groups. I really, really, really had to think about coming back to this company because I did worry about what people would say about me coming back to Scentsy.
Right.
Because this will be my third time coming back.
Right.
I've heard
You
this
can
will be
sit
my
with us anytime.
Right, but
You're
that's the
always
thing.
welcome.
But I
Right.
was wondering how people would perceive me. Do you know what? Ain't nobody asked me.
It don't
Ain't
even matter,
nobody.
to be honest.
It
Doesn't
don't
even
matter. People don't
Mm-mm.
care.
Right.
But they have. But it all goes out into what kind of person you are too. I believe
Yes, it does.
what you put back, you receive.
Absolutely.
I always give 110% of myself. I'm sitting here doing this live. I worked all night last night. Come over here, picked up my Scentsy, had my windshield replaced this morning. So, I enjoy that. I get satisfaction out of knowing that I've helped people. And you see.
And you're doing it now. You're helping
Yeah,
others. There are
and-
so many new consultants joining this month. We got 70 something new people.
Right,
This
and
month.
that to me, that is insane. 70 people,
70-something new people.
their lives could be forever changed.
Yes.
Forever changed.
Absolutely.
And you're in the driver's seat.
Yes.
You don't have a handbook like you have at work to tell you what your expectations are, because you are your expectation.
Absolutely.
In network marketing. That's why it's such a level playing field, because the people who are lazy, they ain't gonna make no money, and the people who willing to get up and go out there and do what they need to do, they gonna make money.
Absolutely.
That's the reason I love network marketing, and I'm infatuated with it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm so infatuated with it. I always have been infatuated with the idea because I see it for the bigger picture, and I
Yes.
see it for what it is. And I don't care what company you go to. I'll sit here and tell you Scentsy ain't perfect. They'll tell you Scentsy ain't perfect. Everything has...
Yes.
You can find the bad in everything, or you can find the good in everything. But I
Right.
promise you, there's so much good here. Trust me,
Oh,
I
yes.
ain't reinstated myself for the second time. Then this is my third time starting over. So, I wouldn't be back here if it wasn't a great company,
Yes.
and I didn't feel like, it brought value to people. But I really will say, when that travel nurse last night told me, it really touched my heart when she said, I can bring a piece of home with me.
Oh my
And that's
gosh.
when it clicked in my head, the scents. Grandma's house has a scent.
That is amazing.
So she's able to
amazing.
bring a piece of home with her.
That's amazing.
And that right there, I don't care if I make a commission off of that. I just made her be able to feel comfortable about traveling halfway across the country to help the company that I work for
Right.
out during a pandemic. And something that simple made my day.
Wow, a piece
Keep
of
the check.
home. That is amazing.
Keep the check.
Stories are impactful.
Yeah.
That is amazing. So, and Scott is amazing, guys. I want you guys to give him a hand here. He's amazing,
you.
guys. I'm just so happy that I'm going to put this on YouTube also. So, are you on YouTube yet?
I am.
Okay,
I
awesome.
do have
He is out there, guys. As you see, it's so important to be out there, guys. So this video will go on YouTube, and this is something we can keep sharing over and over and over and over. But I'm just so happy, guys, that you took the time out to join us, and applaud Scott for coming on board to share his return journey. He had a lot of great information to share with all of us, even me. We want to say love you guys. Happy Monday, and take care, and we'll see you guys a little later.
Go out there and leave the world better than it started today.
Yes. Love you guys.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.